What is up, FIFA commenters? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for deciding to watch another video on the channel. If you're new around these corners, you know how it goes. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, do let me know if you are enjoying your FIFA experience at the moment. Boys, we are very close to the end of Shapeshifter. Today is the before last day, and EA Sports has decided to bless ourselves to give us a very interesting card, a player that goes by the name of Gerson Santos da Silva. Starting with where we start, he's born in Belfort Roxo in Brazil, and he started his youth career at Fluminense, where he did about 31 appearances before moving to Roma, where he did 28 appearances. You can see him on the screen there, and scored 2 goals. While he was at Roma, he went on loan to Fiorentina, and as you can see, this guy has moved on quite a bit. He played 36 appearances with Fiorentina, scored 3 goals before going back to Flamengo. Not going back, but signing with Flamengo. 65 appearances, 3 goals, and then of course Marseille, where he is doing very well. Now, moving on to the card that we have on the screen, what do we get? That's a big question. Okay, so he's 6 foot tall, pretty tall for a soccer player. That's very interesting already. So definitely that tells me that this is somebody who can play a little bit more in the midfield or potentially as a striker. He's high medium work rates, and that's fantastic. The high medium work rates is very good. That does support the fact that he's going to run forward. He's going to do those run forwards. So if you're going to play him as a CM, that is going to be good. You're going to play him next to a more defensive-oriented CM, and he's going to do a good job there. He's pretty tall. He has the 5-star skill. He has the 4-star weak foot, so he's going to be able to shoot when he's in front of the goal as well. He's right foot dominant. That is sensational. Moving on to the player attributes. The pace on this card is fantastic. 96 for a 96 overall. That is fantastic. The shooting on this card, 95 attack positioning, 90 finishing, and 90 shot power. That is fantastic. Everything is in the 90s in the shooting, and that, my friends, is very good. He's going to be very clinical in front of the goal, and that is super awesome. That's what I was saying. He could play as a striker. I don't really want to see him on the wings because he's 6 foot. I would like to see him potentially playing as one of your strikers or playing in the midfield as a CM. Now, moving on to the passing. The passing at 89 vision, 95 short pass, and 90 long pass. That is fantastic. The crossing at 83. Not too great. The curve at 95, decent, which is why the crossing is not great, which is why you don't want to see him on the wing, really. Again, you want to see him as a striker or a midfielder, CM. Now, potentially even a cam. Now, the dribbling on this card, he is average body type. Keep that in mind. Average body type. He gets 95 agility, 96 balance. Everything is 95 plus. And like I always say, average body type really doesn't mean anything at this current stage of the game. Of course, there's meta players like the likes of Fekir, the first Fekir that we got, the likes of Mbappe, the likes of Neymar, and the likes of Messi. But this card is not going to be meta like that, but still going to move very good across the pitch. That 95 agility and 96 balance is incredible. 96 ball control, 96 composure, 96 reaction. Sensational stuff. Defending on this card is also pretty good. 76 interception, that definitely is going to need to be boosted if you're going to play him in the midfield. 86 defending awareness, 89 stand tackling, and 83 slide tackling. I'm going to go ahead and say that I would even prefer that you keep him in the midfield instead of the attack, because even though he is 6 foot tall, he has 66 heading accuracy and 74 jumping. You don't want to waste the opportunity of a striker scoring a header by having this guy in your box as a striker. So I'm going to go back on that, and I'm going to tell you this guy is perfectly positioned to play as a CM, an offensive-oriented CM, playing next to a more defensive-oriented CM, and that should be good, right? Moving on to the physicality. The physicality is decent. 95 stamina, 81 strength, and 86 aggression. I would have loved the strength to be a little bit higher just because he is 6 foot tall, but we only get that. No player traits to discuss. That's a big surprise for a player that size who, who could bring a lot to your team. But I think that the fact that there's no player traits, that's not the best thing. But moving on to the first panel, what you will need to complete this FTC is pretty simple. 83 overall for the first panel, 70 chemistry, 1 Brazilian player, and a 4-2-2 second variation, a bunch of forwards, and a bunch of midfielders. That should be good. A few forwards. Now, the next panel, the most expensive one, and the last one is an 86 overall, 55 chemistry, 1 Liga player, and a 4-3-3 third variation, a bunch of midfielders, some forwards, and some defenders, and that should be okay. Boys, this card is not too expensive. I see this card about in the hundreds of thousands coins, about 110, maybe 120, maybe max 150 that I would see this card at. because of the 83 and 86. And I believe, and I firmly believe that this card is going to be very good for those who need a link between Brazilian players and Liga, but also those who are okay with, who would like to have somebody with a little bit more skills in the midfield. This card brings you a lot of that. He brings you the size. He brings you the 5-star skill, the 4-star weak foot so he can score. He brings you that right foot dominant. He brings you the pace. Tremendous amount of pace. He brings you the shooting. He's going to be so clinical in front of the goal. The passing is also very, very good with that 95 and 90 long pass. The dribbling is very good. Again, maybe not your cam, more your CM because of the fact that he is average body type. That dribbling is sensational. He's going to move very well. But he's not going to be super meta. Defending is cracked. And finally, physicality is very, very good. Boys, I'm going to go ahead and give this card a W. The pricing is very good. I would have wished to see a little bit of player trait, solid player, team player. I don't know. Something that boosts this card a little bit more. But that is what we get. Boys, that's what your favorite comment. Give you a review on Gerson. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you very soon for another review on the channel. Peace out.